Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Guys, this new exclusive gear is insane looking, at least. You see on the screen here we have Iovar's weapon up, and that's what we're gonna be testing out today. I believe Iovar's exclusive gear set is one of the most overpowered sets that has recently been released to the game. Without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so here is my Iovar. My Iovar on Global is actually Awakened level 3. So he has pretty much all the damage buffs that are going to happen except for the extra crit rate, which isn't going to make a difference. And the ability to have 12 flying swords immediately on deployment. So let's get in the Victorious Pursuit, plus 5 seconds, plus 300 attack, the extra faction team damage, and the chance to have 4 flying swords spawn on his Awakened 1. So as far as his damage goes, it's not going to get much higher, but as you can see, we're sitting right around 107k BP, and I do have his exclusive weapon and a matching breastplate, which is very strong pieces. All right, so what are we looking at here? On the weapon, I have attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage. Now there is something to note that even though when I'm testing this today, this is a really good piece and a very good comparison, but these pieces, these exclusive pieces, are the only ones that can land attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and attack speed. So not only can you have the advantage of the buff from his exclusive, you can also get a quad roll on the weapon, which is absolutely insane because that is not possible at all. If I go to my weapons here and I go attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and attack speed, you'll see there's no gear found for this filter. This is on the test server too. I don't have any pieces like this, but I do have screenshots from some people sending me this stuff in, showing that there is basically 0 rules for these new exclusive items. They can roll everything, so you could even get rage regen on this piece as well. So you get attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and rage regen. So keep that in mind. Farming gear dungeon is now extremely viable and important to be doing. Now I did a huge craft, which I just released prior to this video, so if you want to see me crafting all these items, you can go ahead and take a look at that. I did have to re-roll this a few times to get this nice and high, but you can see we got the stats we needed. Now on the breastplate for Wicked Vengeance, I got attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and flight attack. So I did get a quad there. It's extremely lucky, and why I come into this video and test for you. But so what are we getting both from these sets compared to Annihilating Might per se? Well, Wicked Vengeance gives you a crit damage bonus of 40% and attack percentage of 10%, which is really good. I mean, it's 15% lower than Warlord, but you can pick up that attack speed difference from Warlord right here as a substat if you're lucky enough. And then the exclusive effect for Iovar is triggering Infinite Blades grants 30% damage increase for 5 seconds. Now, Infinite Blades is his ultimate, and it only lasts for 3 seconds, as you can see up here. Now, the question is if that is going to actually amount to a full 30% damage boost overall for Iovar in most of his fights that he's going to be going in, which are typically going to be like Guild Boss 1 and Guild Boss 2. He's useful at plenty of other stages as well, but it definitely is going to give his ultimate a 30% boost, but I think Victorious Pursuit is the one that's not going to benefit as much from it, but overall his damage should be up. I do run him in a Soulbound Arcana set. These pieces are very nice. Just show these really quick. Very nice pieces. And the total stats we're coming in with are going to be 17.5k attack and 384% crit damage. But for a baseline, I am going to be setting it up with the base test set here, which is going to be Annihilating Might, which is going to be 368 less attack and 5.5 less crit damage. That 5% there is coming from the set, and there's not really much I can do about the 368 attack, which is rather interesting because on this Annihilating Breastplate, he has super high attack percentage rolls compared to the other ones. So we had double attack here, but 26.5% and 20.5%, and then we have 21% here for attack and 22% here for attack. So that 10% boost from the Wicked Vengeance set is actually making quite a big difference. It's kind of making up for it and then some. Alright, so moving on to the Iovar base test. We're good to go. Where I'm going to be testing him primarily is going to be in Guild Boss 1. So I want to see, first off, I'm just going to put him in there on easy, and we're going to see the damage differences between his flying swords going in. Start with Annihilating Might. The Guild Boss has relatively low defense, so putting him in Annihilating Might is kind of ideal. It's not going to make a difference going with Warlord besides the attack speed. Alright, so go ahead. I'm going to put down Iovar. I'm going to start looking at these damage numbers. So we're looking at 34, 37, 44. Okay. Now let's hit his ult. 31 to 59 pretty much shows. And now he's doing 66. So with Victorious Pursuit he's doing 66, but he did do 59. The highest number I saw before that was 59. We're going to quit out the battle. Now I'm just going to switch over to his other gear set and throw him back down in there. See if we're seeing that 30% boost. Alright, so now he's in the exclusive set. Well, he's in Wicked Vengeance set with his exclusive weapon. It'll be a 30% boost, plus a little extra attack from the set. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put him down. Just like before. He's hitting at 45 now. Activate his ultimate. 33, 75, so now he's hitting a little higher. Now he's down to 61 again. The stats there are pretty much the same. And now he's going up to 68. I think that's Victorious Pursuit changing that. Obviously with Soulborn Arcana, the test is going to change. So one more time. Iovar. See what you got. 45, so activate his ultimate. Most of those hits are at 33k. Alright, so I'm gonna go back one more time just to verify the results that we're getting here. Alright, back in with Annihilating Might. It's all about those flying swords, right? That's what the damage difference we're looking for. So it may not seem like much now, but it can make a huge difference in a really long fight. The base he's hitting at 35 up to 40, 44. It's like he's settling at 44. Activate his ultimate. 31k. Okay, so you gain about 4k per flying sword. That can equate to a lot more than you think over a long fight. No, it doesn't seem like much here, but I will show the difference in a full Guild Boss Nightmare 4 run. And we'll start with this baseline. Alright, so now we are on the base set. That's going to be the Annihilating Might plus Soulborn Arcana set. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into the fight. I will walk you through this first one, and the second one I'm just going to go ahead and do a time lapse through and then show you the results. I want you to get a baseline kind of run so you can see exactly what I'm doing, and you can critique me in any kind of way that you would like. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and place down Lust. Corridor facing left. I'm going to pick him up. I am going to place down Volca just for the heck of it. For this attack speed boost. Arrogance. I'm going to place down Dolores, X, Laurel, Silas, Eloin, and then I'm going to place down Iovar. Iovar is not going to have an invig buff. This is the way I usually do my run. I've found this the best way to do the most damage on the Guild Boss. So this is what we're going to do. Now when their ults are all ready, you're going to go ahead and activate them immediately. I'm not going to wait. Let's go Dolores. Need Eloin to go as well. Now I'll wait till Laurel's ult runs out. I'll activate Iovar. So he gets that damage increase. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Laurel. I'm gonna place Torador down first. The reason I choose to place Torador is because Torador does a drop defense right here, and the honest to God truth is that Volca won't be able to put any vulnerabilities up. She will put damage out, but no vulnerabilities to help anybody else out. Wait just a moment to get Dolores' ult going, and then I'll activate Iovar. and Toro, or Steve as we like to call him. Want to see why? You can just check out my short section. I have a little video of me pulling Steve. He comes up, I'm Steve. Anyways. Alright, so we do have Toro out, so I do need to watch. Make sure that these guys don't die. Activating Eloin's ult when it's available or needs to be. Right now, Hex is about to run out of his ult. Laurel's about ready to pick up, so I will wait until Laurel's on the field. Activate Hex, get his damage increase from Laurel. And I'll pick her up, activate everybody. And I'll get Volca out on the field as well. Looks like everybody didn't really need any extra healing, which is perfect. Activate Volca as soon as it comes up. Nice roll on Dolores. This is good. Activate Iovar again. We have 15 seconds for Laurel. I will just activate Dolores whenever she is up with this team. Now these guys are all about ready to ults, but I will wait until Laurel's out on the field before I use them. Just to get that increase in damage. As soon as they're all ulting, I'll pick up Laurel, put Steve back on the field. Now we're in that danger zone again where Iovar and Arrogance will not be receiving healing from anything. So I do need to keep an eye out on that. Use a Wood Elf and use Eloin when they get low on health. This time around, Hex is just going to activate. No damage boost for him. And there's a lot of variables that can play in here. Like I said, he is awakened pretty far. So with the fact that he can generate 4 flying swords coming out of his ult, it's gonna make it hard to kind of test, but this is all we can do here. Go ahead and activate Eloin now. The Wood Elf for Arrogance. I'm gonna go ahead and be just about ready to pick up Laurel now. And just go ahead and I'm gonna wait until Dolores is ready actually. Activate her ultimate, pick up Laurel, place down Volca. Activate Iovar again. Right, now we're in ult form. Dolores is going, Silas and Lust are going. Volca is going to be going. And so will Iovar. Nice roll on Dolores again. Nice run here. Rip that shield to pieces. Perfect. Activate Dolores again. I will wait for Hex this time. It happens every time. Iovar I'm not going to. And we're gonna wait till we get Laurel out on the field. Might not be the most optimal way, but I like to make sure to get the damage increase if I can. Alright, so pick her up, activate these guys, get Toro back on the field. Welcome back, Steve. Activate Dolores. And Iovar. And we're approaching 73k. "23 seconds. I should be able to get Laurel one more time and pop a bunch of outs. We'll see. Activate Iovar. Put some heals out here. Come on, Iovar, wake up. There you go. You're safe. Looking at 80k. I'm gonna activate Dolores. Going to pick up Steve. Put down Laurel. Put down Laurel here. Activate these guys. Pick her up again. Put everybody back out on the field and put on auto. That'll be the end of the fight. 84.6. Not my best run, but trying to talk you through it at the same time is pretty tough. I think my current best score is going to be 90k, 92k, I believe. Alright, so 227 with Hex, 141 with Silas, 134 with Lust, 119 with Arrogance, and 117 with Iovar. So now the question is, with the other set, we do know that he had better stats, he had better exclusive buffs, more buffs from the set, and that's about it. So when we run the next test, he's not really outperforming this set that much, then it's really going to be a downgrade on whether or not the set is that great. Because if he's at 117 here and he hits like 120, 121 or something like stupid like that, or even less, that would be kind of sad because it reads out to be a lot better than that. So let me get him changed over and then we'll go into a time lapse for the next run. All right, so here he is in the new set. I want you to keep in mind that compared to the other one, this is going to give him 368 more attack, 5.5% more crit damage. Attack speed is literally the same. Now you do have to remember that if you have a quad roll Iovar exclusive here and you roll attack speed, he's going to also get that attack speed boost, and I think that would make a huge difference. All right, so from here on out, I'm just going to basically do the same thing. It's going to be like a 2 or 3x time lapse, and I'll see you after check out the results. Alright, we're coming up at the end of the fight here. Bit of a higher score, 88.9. A lot of RNG in these guild boss fights, but now I'm kind of predicting that it might not be as different as we're hoping. So if it was 30% more damage, we'd be looking at, I don't know, 135 million. So, but I'm not really thinking that's gonna happen. If it did happen, that'd be awesome. But anyways, let's get into it here. Stats, the big reveal. 128.9 with RNG. Now, I will say that during this run, even though the score was higher, I did actually have a bad roll with Dolores. Actually, 2 of them might have been bad. But the way I play it, I kind of play it so it doesn't really usually make that much of a difference. Even if a roll is bad or good, typically it doesn't hurt me too much. 128, so we went from 119 228, so we got ourselves an extra 9 or 10 million. It's almost 129, so yeah, about an extra 10 million. That's not 30% more damage, but like I said, we did have some bad rolls in there compared to the last run. And there also is the factor that you have to take into consideration that he can roll 4 flying swords just coming out of his ult. So he has some RNG. Everybody in this kind of group has RNG. Lust has RNG, Hex has RNG. But what the important takeaway here is that this set is better, especially because you can get quad rolls on Wicked Vengeance. And it's also giving you a boost to your attack. So you can boost up his attack speed even more now. And I'm sure that those numbers are going to go up through the roof. But like I said, it is RNG based. It's hard for me to show you a solid test, but I think, like I said, we can take away that we have more damage from this set, but I think it will go a lot higher. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you found it helpful and entertaining, but if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, remember, you can join the Discord. I have a full list on there of all the exclusive gear sets and pictures now of examples of those pieces right in the Discord channels on the server. So if you want to go and kind of look through them and see what you kind of want to shoot for in those sets, feel free. We're happy to have you in there. Also, don't forget to stop by the general chat and say hello. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep digging.